Alright guys, so I got a rental for my Tesla Model 3 on Turo, but the guy apparently was supposed to return the car by 10. It is 9:58. He's probably not gonna return it because I saw where the car's at. It's at the Venetian hotel here in Las Vegas. And pretty much it's has no charge, has like 20 miles of range. And so I think I'm already setting myself mentally for seeing my car dirty. And we're gonna go and find the car, get it, turn it on. If he doesn't show up, I'll just take it away. Like, I could drive it with my Tesla app and probably bill him for the key and all that stuff. So that's how my day's starting. Hello guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I have a very interesting Turo horror story. I know it's past Halloween, but this is actually a pretty horrible story in terms of what happened to my Tesla Model 3. So if you want to go ahead and listen to that story, I invite you to click that like button and subscribe. Also, if you are new to my channel, let me start by saying thank you for stopping by. We pretty much post on videos on what my Tesla Model 3 can do, Turo and financial wellness, and pretty much somewhere around 2 months ago, I bought a Tesla Model 3 specifically to list it on Turo so it could help me build my credit up in terms of limit and to also help me pay for the car. So pretty much I've been doing videos on YouTube in terms of that journey and how that's been going for me. So this video today, I'm going to be talking specifically about my worst Turo booking so far, because I'm sure it can only get worse from here. You know, you reach a down point and then you're gonna reach to another point eventually, especially Turo having so many different types of people. I mean, for the most part, I've had nothing but great positive guests, but this one was like really bad. So compared to the other ones, maybe not the worst story out there, but it's still pretty bad. I checked in this person. So if you've never used Turo, first of all, I pretty much checked this person in remotely. So Tesla can unlock itself from the phone. So pretty much what I do is I'll leave the key inside the center dash console storage, and pretty much I'll tell them to call me once they're in the car or in the location of pickup, and I'll unlock the car and they can just get in and take the car. So with this person, I did that. You know, typically I ask for a selfie of them and a driver's license picture, so that way I can ensure that that's the same person. And then I just validate that information with Turo's information and making sure that date of birth and everything, names, everything matches. So once he did that, or once she did that, pretty much everything went smooth. Always on all my bookings, I explicitly explain that there is absolutely no smoking inside the car, or even smoking and then getting inside the car, because sometimes that smell can just stay within the car. I do tell them that it's going to be anywhere between $50 to $150 of smoking fee, and this is with the purpose of scaring them of not smoking inside the car. This couple pretty much rented the car with the purpose of their honeymoon. So to me, it seemed perfectly normal, you know, coming to Vegas, it's their honeymoon, getting a nice car, everything kind of fits right in. However, things started getting a little strange as the days progressed close to the checkout. On the prior night, I got a message from the guest saying that she wanted to use the car another day, and that she wanted to pretty much, you know, use it until like one more day pretty much, because their flight had been delayed. I told him I had no problem at all because I still had another booking until 2 days after, so it would be perfect for me. But she said that she did not want to do it through Turo. So what I ended up telling her is I cannot, because it's just too much risk. If I don't put this listing on Turo and something happens, you're not going to be covered, I'm not going to be covered, nobody's going to be covered, and it's just going to be a big mess. And she was very persistent in the way of saying, come on, I'll pay you extra, because Turo's trying to get me, you know, $300 for just one day. I was only going to get roughly around 80 bucks. So even though it was kind of appealing to me, at one point I was like, this is not worth the risk. So I just standed my ground and I said no. Here's a good tip. If you're going to be hosting cars on Turo, you have to be firm. You cannot be their friend. You cannot be, you know, their pal. You don't want to satisfy them to a point where you're putting your business or your cars in jeopardy or at risk. It's not worth it. So anyway, she said that she was going to do the extension then on Turo because she had no other choice. This was 10 p.m. night. So she was supposed to return the car 10 a.m. the next day, pretty much. So I just told her, okay, just as long as you do it 2 hours prior to your return time, I'll go ahead and accept the extension, because I pretty much schedule car wash guys, and if it gets too close to the booking time, I can't cancel those car washes and then I still get charged for them. So the next day I was already feeling something within my gut that something was off. The next day she goes and she does not contact me at all. I text her at 6 a.m., at 7 a.m., at 9 a.m., and nothing. Now again, the Tesla mobile app can still tell me where the car is, and I could still see that they were in their hotel, the Venetian here at Las Vegas, but they weren't moving. And more importantly, I also started noticing that the car had only like 20 to 25 miles of range, which it's very low for a Tesla. I mean, I've never gotten my car anywhere less than 30 miles or 40 miles without already having to go and charge it. By the time it was 10 a.m., they were still in the hotel, Tesla's still uncharged, and I know Turo only has a 30-minute grace period, return period. And at this time, I figured, okay, this person is not answering my phone call, this person is not answering my text. It's already return time. There's no way they're gonna be able to make it on time to the return location. So I just started to think proactively, and I was like, I'm gonna have to go to the hotel, pick up the car. I can unlock and start the car on my app without the need of, the key. And I could just take the car and then just tell Turo that, they stole the key and pretty much call it a day, So there I was going myself, my wife and myself, to the hotel, to the Venetian, to go and get the car. Finally, I saw that the car started moving. So it was in the parking lot, and once we were at the hotel, it started moving. So I was like, okay, they're actually moving. So I gotta go and catch this guy and see what's going on. So luckily for us, they were using the valet. So the valet was the one moving it, and then the car was just ready in the front. And that's when I see the host, two guys, come out and get inside the car. So I was a little bit confused because I was like, why is there two guys? The lady booking the car it's a lady. And I mean, I was just confused. So I put my Prius in front of the Tesla, and I go ahead and get off the car, and I knock on the door, and I tell him, hey buddy, your time's up. You need to return the car. The guy goes ahead and says, what? I thought that I had the car for another day. And I was like, no, you don't. Like, I told you, you had to submit it through Turo. And he was like, yeah, but Turo didn't let me, like it just wasn't working. And I was like, well, okay, then that's on you, that's not my problem. I need the car back. And he was like, okay, well, don't I have to return it until 12? And I was like, no, you have to return it by 10 and you're already late. And so he was upset, he was mad, and there was another guy inside the car too. So I didn't want to be too aggressive because I know my odds. Even though we were in front of a valet hotel, I don't know who these people are. And so I also want to be respectful to a point where I don't, get myself into trouble, or my wife or anybody, just has an uncomfortable situation. He got off the car and that was it. Okay, no problem. So then I go ahead, get inside the car, and no joke, and I'll show you guys right now in the video, they had smoked. I mean, I got the stench of weed, like, boom, like immediately. And, I'm not against weed. I mean, I respect people who do it, and Vegas has a huge market for that. And actually, if you follow my Fidelity account series, I'm investing in one of those companies as well. So it's not like I'm against it or there's something wrong with that. But the problem, my problem was that I explicitly told him not to smoke inside the car. And not only did I see residue of weed and weed buds and all that stuff, I saw like ashes, like where they were smoking and just putting it down on the cup holder, like just putting off the cigar on the cup holder. And that was just horrible. So like you guys will see, like there was weed everywhere. It was dirty. It seems like they got like wipes and try to clean everything up, which only made it worse. Not only that, again, now the charge was only like at 14 miles for the Tesla. So I couldn't even go back home to charge the car. So I had to go to a supercharger at the Link, which is, like 5 minutes away. And I was very upset. I saw that there was some curb rash on the wheels. These are brand new wheels, so there was some curb rashes there. Apparently somebody had put their feet on top of the dashboard and slightly kicked like the headliner. And so it was just, you could tell that these people were just not taking care of it. I called Turo, and just so you guys know, for 3 trips of renting my Tesla Model 3, I only got $160. That's my share. I always get the 60% full coverage, zero deductible plan because I just don't want to be dealing with any sort of deductibles or limits or whatever. And so I get less, but at the same time, I do get protected more. When I called Turo, I explained the situation and I told them I was pretty much fed up. They were actually super nice. They were really helpful. And they told me that they would back me up no matter what. So long story short, they were able to compensate me. So they paid me $58 simply because I had to charge the car for a little bit and pick up the car at the hotel when I did not have to. He was supposed to drop off the car, so there's 58 bucks. They also paid me a $150 smoking fee, which to me seemed to be a little bit low, especially for all the damage he had made. I mean, I thought that it should have been at least 200 or 250, but that's the max amount of a smoke fee that Turo charges. So that's the max amount I applied for. On top of that, I did submit a claim for the curb rash and the headliner damage. Unfortunately, since I had not taken pictures of the headliners before, that did not get approved. But at the end, I was able to remove it just with the microfiber and carefully scrubbing it off. Now you can barely notice it. And as for the wheel curb rash, I was able to get somewhere around $278. So in total, in all these total fees, I pretty much got somewhere around $486 just in fees. And I think to myself, this guy spent maybe 600 bucks in a trip for 3 days and then spent 500 bucks almost in fees to trash the car. And I mean, I just think to myself, maybe this is the reason why some of these people can't afford a car like this, because you can only imagine what they would do if it's their car. I mean, I don't know. I was very disappointed. I honestly gave them, some bad reviews. But, it's just amazing to see that I explicitly had told them no smoking on the car and they just disregard that with no respect. So that kind of frustrated me, but at the end it turned out to be good. At the end, my Turo strategy was to actually put my Prius and my Tesla both at the same time to kind of rent both out and see which one rents out, and then I would use the other one for the other week. But now my strategy has changed, so I had actually increased the price of the Prius because that's going to be more of my personal car. And then I'm going to try to rent more of the Tesla. That way if people trash it and break it, and to a point, Turo keeps repairing it, at least I'm not worried about having to deal with all these little things about the Tesla. And that way I can just take care of my Prius in a more personal way. At the end of the day, I know it hurts to see my Tesla go through all that, but it was part of my investment and it was part of my plan. So I really need to stick to it. At least 3 years, I need to keep this Tesla. And as long as I have the full coverage and as long as I'm able to keep the Tesla rented for at least 20 to 22 days a month, I should be able to make the payments for my Prius, my Tesla, insurance, and some depreciation. So if I keep this for 3 years, I should be able to be good. The car will be fixed. I actually bought an ozone machine on Amazon for 60 bucks. I was able to use it and I will do a video about that journey or that whole process. And it removed everything. So now the car smells like nothing. It doesn't smell like new anymore because before it did have that new smell scent, but I just bought a new car smell scent and it's no big deal. In terms of the curb rashes, I was able to repair some of them slightly so that they're not noticeable. And so it's also not a big deal. So, so I'm going to be able to pocket all that money and put it somewhere in a brokerage account where I just have index funds for electric cars. And then if I ever do need that money, I'll just be able to pull it back out. On top of that, I'm also thinking of making my ozone machine some money. I spent 60 bucks and I've already spoken to some car detail guys that do not offer the service, that I could just rent the machines to them, possibly buying more machines and just charging them 10 or 20 bucks per trip that they do. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, again, I really hope you click that like button. And also, if you guys are more interested about my Turo journey business and my Tesla videos, subscribe. Just don't forget that you're gonna be missing out on content if you don't subscribe. Again, if you have any questions or if you have any ideas, about order removals or Tesla videos or Turo videos, or if you have questions about Turo itself, just feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. And I do appreciate you guys for staying till the end of this video. I hope you guys have a safe day. Peace.